The Ballista was an ancient missile weapon that was designed to launch a large projectile at a distant target. It was developed in ancient Greece, presumably after someone thought it would be a great idea to take a crossbow and make it really, really big. The Ballista first gained recognition under Philip II of Macedon and his son Alexander. It could be easily modified to shoot both spherical and shafted projectiles. The Ballista eventually caught the eyes of the Romans, who in 146 BCE kind of just took it for themselves. The Romans adopted the torsion ballista that was developed by Alexander the Great and basically made it better, increasing the maximum range to 460 meters, whilst maintaining its accuracy that was so high the ballista could reportedly pick out individual soldiers on the battlefield. The Romans even made very small ballista that could be easily carried, which I guess are just regular crossbows. The conquest of Gaul and the preceding invasion of Britain established the ballista as a celebrity of ancient Europe. Today, the ballista is the subject of internet forums supported by a loyal fan base that mainly consists of engineering students who possess an intense dislike towards pumpkins. It's good to see that the legacy still lives on. The ballista stores potential energy in its torsion bundles, which are twisted by levers that are mounted on washers placed at the ends of the bundles. The whole system acts as one large spring, and as an ideal spring, it will follow Hooke's law, which states that the force needed to extend the spring by a certain distance is proportional to that distance. It can therefore be assumed that the farther the drawstring, and therefore the arms of the ballista, are pulled back, the greater the amount of potential energy that will be stored in the torsion bundles as the system is placed under stress. The potential energy that is used to launch the projectile, in this case an egg, is converted into the kinetic energy of the projectile. After working on equations to determine the size of the ballista and the proportions of its parts, I decided the best plan of action would be to just build a very large machine and see how everything went. My adventure consisted of me taking the train all by myself, meeting up with my friend David, building a ballista, scrapping it, going back to the city, looking at ballista forms, going back upstate, meeting up with David, making the ballista better, designing a projectile, and testing the whole thing out. We managed to get about 200 feet after the thing, without a crack in the egg. After much testing, I was ready for Einstein on the beach. I was ready to prove myself to my peers and my teachers. I was ready to become a man.
Okay.